Warning. This program may contain material of an explicit or graphic nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
Broadcasting undead from the B ward, this is Mortem. I'm Dom.
And I'm JD, and today we're going to bring you our top 5 horror animals.
Yeah, we're getting animalistic.
Bestiality in the B ward.
Bestiality in the B ward.
Yeah, top 5 horror animals. There is a lot of animal horror out there.
There's a shitload of animal horror, and a lot of it sucks.
Yeah, 90% of it is terrible.
But some of it is batshit insane.
Some of it is batshit insane, which we'll get to later.
Yeah. I had some deep pulls for this list and some shallow pulls. So.
I mostly had shallow. I got a couple things probably that may not be on your honorable mentions, but
I got one that I forgot existed, and I was like, oh, fuck, that movie.
Yeah.
Now I gotta go back
good.
and watch
It's always
it
good to, like, when we do these lists and we have to research and come up with our top 5, and then you think of something you haven't seen in years and you watch it. You know, it's cool. It's like a throwback to our childhood. So I hope that when you guys are listening to this, sometimes we mention some shit you haven't thought about for years.
Yeah, you're like 11 years old or something.
Yeah, and then you get to revisit the old classic. But before we get to the top 5 animals, we got a little bit of horror news for you. Horror news.
Some good old classic horror news.
Yes, indeed. And I have some troubling things today.
I do too. It was a bad week.
It was a pretty bad week for horror news, yeah. As of this recording, today is October 2nd. This episode will not air for a couple weeks, though, because we are doing a double shot today. I'm getting married. I'm going on my honeymoon. We're going to have to put some in the bank. So this horror news, by the time you hear it, is going to be old news. Yeah. But that's okay.
It's the post-mortem time continuum.
We follow our own timeline.
That's right. We were
Fuck you, Stephen Hawking.
Fuck you, Einstein.
Fuck you, Einstein.
You dead motherfucker.
Stephen Hawking. We follow our own timetables around here.
I'll kick Stephen Hawking in the nuts.
13 o'clock, bitch.
Every hour is 13 o'clock.
All right. As a follow-up to our Zombies episode, Judith O'Dea, who played Barbara, is returning in Night of the Living Dead Genesis. Like, coming to get you, Barbara. The original
Barbara.
The original actress is reprising her role as Barbara.
Wow.
In Night of the Living Dead Genesis. She is currently in a mental institution in the Night of the Living Dead Genesis. She's being interviewed. She tells the story of what happened. I watched the trailer, and unfortunately, it looks pretty low budget.
Romero, I assume, is not involved.
It didn't show much gore, but the camera work and acting, besides Barbara, were not that good. Also, as you said, George A. Romero, not attached in any way. Although it's not just a repackaged zombie movie with the name thrown in like Reanimator. Right. The new Reanimator Evolution that pisses me off to no end.
Fucking Sergey.
This is like, it was written to be. At least it wasn't just, it's going to be Reanimator now. You know, this was written to be with the Barbara character. It was written, right. You know, this guy's a fan of the films.
Yeah, George Romero also did not renew the copyright on Night of the Living Dead when it last came out. He did it intentionally because he wanted other people to expand on his universe.
Yeah, I heard that I heard that it's like controversial if you do it without permission, like within the horror community, like the convention circuit and things like that. Right. If you start doing Night of the Living Dead shit without permission.
Right.
But
you don't have to fight a studio. You just have to go to Romero and be like, hey, I got an idea.
Hey, bro.
hey, George, bro. George Romero, bro.
Hey, Gar. He's not attached in any way. Although this is not just a repackaged zombie movie, like I said, and it was written to be both a sequel and a prequel of the events in the original 1968 film, I'm hoping it doesn't further tarnish the legacy of the dead.
There's been some shit.
Like George Romero himself has done, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's true. Because you got Diary of the Dead.
Diarrhea of the Dead.
Yeah, Diarrhea of the Dead. That should have been the name of our Zombies episode. Diarrhea of the Dead. And Flight of the Living Dead. Which is horrible.
Was Romero involved in that movie?
I don't know if he was or not, but it still tarnished the legacy.
Oh, man.
If you put Of the Dead in the movie and it sucks, it just pisses me off.
Yeah.
Don't put Of the Dead.
Yeah.
Return of the Living Dead, my favorite. Probably tied with Night of the Living Dead as far as the Of the Dead movies, you know?
I think Return's better, honestly. Like, in terms of like a technical movie, Return's a better movie.
Yeah, but the original first Night of the Living Dead is just so amazing. It still holds up.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
In 1968, there's not a lot of movies, in my opinion, especially horror, besides like Frankenstein. I would even go say that like Frankenstein holds up more than like The Mummy, Dracula, Creatures of the Night,
for sure.
all that shit.
Dracula's silly if you watch it now.
Yeah, it is, and it's boring.
Yeah.
But Frankenstein holds up, and Night of the Living Dead holds up. So I heard this. I'm somewhat optimistic, but as we have said before, it's a cautious optimism.
Right.
But that's all I got to say about the fucking Night of the Living Dead Genesis. Reanimator Evolution. Night of the Living Dead Genesis. Return of the Living Dead Phil Collins. Just keeps on going.
It just goes forever. We're gonna start getting like the terrible prequels of every movie. We're gonna have, you know, like
Dead Alive, Huey Lewis in the News.
Friday the 13th, starring Gilbert Gottfried as Jason.
Then you got Nightmare on Elm Street, starring that guy that we talked about, that Jew guy with the raspy voice from Independence Day.
Harvey Firestein.
Don't fall asleep, David. Welcome to prime time, bitch.
I don't know. I'd watch that.
Harvey Firestein as Freddy Krueger.
That's awesome.
That's it. That's the first segment, and we're already 6 minutes deep. So go ahead.
Yeah, we're good. And now I'm going to tarnish those good jokes with what I think is the shittiest horror news of the week, in my opinion.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going to bring it down.
Wow.
I'm going to come down.
That wasn't good news.
No, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about the Harvey Firestein.
Oh
jokes.
yeah.
I'm going to tarnish the Harvey Firestein jokes with.
I want to make that movie.
Yeah, I do too.
It's probably pretty cheap. I mean, it's probably not like super expensive.
Maybe he'd probably do it for a blowjob.
So if you're listening and you're a postmortem listener,
Harvey Firestein,
there's different reasons to go fund us. You know, there's different ways to contribute.
It's true. Yeah.
It's not a Kickstarter; it's a Dick starter.
Yes. So, Not Scary Farm has opted not to move forward with a special virtual reality haunted attraction called Fear VR due to outcry from quote-unquote mental health advocates.
I fucking heard this. I did hear this shit.
The attraction,
God damn it.
Yeah, the attraction was set to be set in an old mental hospital where you're strapped into a chair, put into a VR headset, and experience supernatural events as they unfold. Outcry over the attraction began when Knott's initially announced the attraction as Fear VR 5150, which is the police code for a mentally ill person. After that, these so-called concerned citizens raised a stink because they thought the name painted mental illness in a negative light.
Oh, I thought when I read it.
Oh, it gets worse.
Okay.
Yeah. Knott's shortened the name to Fear VR, but that was not enough. These mollycoddling PC police assholes continued to protest the attraction's insensitivity towards mental illness. Mind you, none of them had ever even seen or experienced the haunt, and were protesting it on the grounds that they thought it might be offensive to their delicate sensibilities.
I didn't think it was the whole we can't be offended thing. I thought it was that they were saying, like, this is bad for people to do it. I didn't read the whole article. I just heard about it. I thought they were saying, like, you can't do this because it's going to drive people crazy.
No, they're saying it paints mental illness in a negative light.
Oh, it's so much worse.
Yeah. And they hadn't even seen the thing. Like, it was a fucking ghost in a mental hospital. Like, what are they worried? People are going to think that people with mental illness are psychics who summon ghosts?
Oh, my God.
And so, in the end, Knott's caved and pulled the attraction, despite the fact that they spent a whole shitload of money making it. Newspapers have recorded quite a bit on the concerned citizens' thoughts, but have said very little by Knott's. I actually personally reached out to Knott's Berry Farm and sent them an email to their PR department saying, like, what's your end of this? What's your angle? Like, do you have anything that you want to say? And they never got back to me.
They can't even
respond.
They don't want to comment because
Yeah.
they don't want to be like, well, we think these people are stupid and we wish we could have it and we're sorry, because then they're going to offend people.
Yeah, because like in the end, these fucking nanny state assholes win. Knott's loses because they lose money.
Yeah.
They weren't going to lose money by having the attraction because those people wouldn't go anyway.
Yeah.
The horror community loses because we don't get to go to the attraction. And third of all, it sets a precedent that, like, if someone is offended, they can just fucking raise a stink about something that they haven't even seen, and it'll get shut down. You know, Halloween and horror is supposed to be about edge. It's supposed to be fucking edgy.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a little bit offensive. It's supposed to challenge your sensibilities. That's the entire point of the genre. If you want to have a non-offensive spook house, it's going to be a fucking, like, you sit in a dark room for 10 minutes.
You know, this pisses me off to no end, not just because it's ruining the horror aspect, and I'd like to do the Fear VR, that sounds cool,
Yeah.
you know, but, okay, it's got to stop with the fucking, someone might be offended, alright? I'm extreme left-wing, you know, I'm a fucking vegetarian.
Right.
Like, I'm not a, you know, conservative guy or anything like that,
Right.
but the theory that it might offend someone, if you can't fucking take a joke, or you can't, you know, I like offensive comedy and shit like that, because that's funny.
Yeah.
Because you think it's comedy, it's a joke, you know what I mean?
And it's also
the horror thing.
yeah.
It's the same vein.
Yeah.
You know, horror has always been about, you know, horror does better in darker times when things are bad.
Yeah.
Because people want to escape their own fears and do the horror thing and be afraid of that instead of afraid of how shitty the world really is with fucking ISIS, with fucking, you know what I mean?
Donald Trump.
All the shit. Donald Trump, yeah.
By the way, I had a revelation last night. Eric Trump, Donald Trump's son, looks like the Joker's anus. Like Jared Leto Joker, if he got out of the shower and was bending over drying off his ankles and you were behind him, you would see Donald Trump's son's face peeking out between his butt cheeks.
Giving birth to a little poopy Joker baby.
Yes.
With a wig.
But yeah, you're right. You know, the whole point of horror and the escapist genre is to get out of it for all.
Yeah,
and
forget
there's a
about your
difference-
problems in your life and have a release.
Yeah, and there's a difference between doing something in the spirit of catharsis and being mean-spirited. Like, you know, I talked about Melancholy Durango, that movie that I reviewed. That movie is just mean-spirited.
Yeah.
That wasn't escapism, and that wasn't about being offensive. That was just a fucking cruel movie.
Yeah.
And
it sucks, too.
And it sucks, and it wasn't good. Like, that was the worst part.
Yeah.
But, like, this Fear VR thing, it's a fucking ghost in a mental hospital.
Yeah.
Who the fuck cares?
And if they're really, it is really all about them. Someone might be offended because I bet if there was a study that said, let's do a panel and see how everyone's life is and see who's happy, who's not. I bet people who like horror are probably happier people than people who don't.
Because we don't feel the need to go protest things and ruin it for other people.
Yeah.
And the guy who was the head of this Concerned Citizens Brigade, whatever the fuck they want to call themselves, he was some guy whose son was schizophrenic and was in a mental hospital and got beaten to death by some orderlies. That sucks for him. It sucks that happened. But a fucking horror attraction has nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
You could shut down every spook house in the world, and that shit would still happen because it doesn't address the problem. It's like you cut off your left pointer finger and you got blood gushing out of it, and you take a Band-Aid and you put it on your middle finger.
Yeah.
You know, your index finger is still cut off gushing blood and you got a Band-Aid on your middle finger. Like, you know,
it's like a Hello Kitty Band-Aid.
Yeah.
Why do you have Hello Kitty Band-Aids in the first place?
Completely useless.
You're a 50-year-old man living in a studio apartment with no kids, and you got Hello Kitty Band-Aids on your fucking index finger, or on your ring finger.
Your index finger's cut off bleeding everywhere. Yeah,
how did it get cut off?
Dumbass. Yeah, it's so, like, that offends me. There's this situation, but it's...
The fact that they canceled it offends me.
Yeah.
I'm offended.
Yeah. And I even said, like, straight up, like, when I emailed them, like, I was like, you know, I didn't say this is bullshit, like, I was professional in my email, but I was like, this is bullshit, guys.
You know? The big thing these days is those online petitions.
Yeah.
I say, post-mortem, we'll go ahead and start a fucking online petition.
Saying bring it back?
To saying, hey, calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
Bring the fucking Fear VR back.
Yeah.
Call it Fear VR 5150. It's not called Fear VR crazy people are pieces of shit that deserve to live or something.
Yeah. It's not called Fear VR beat a schizophrenic guy to death with a baseball bat, you know?
Start a little online petition, see how many signatures we can get. Spread it around.
Yeah.
So...
A petition can't force anyone to do anything.
But at least it'll show them
that there's interest.
How many people are complaining about it? It's the thing is, one guy complains, 50 guys complain. Well, we don't want to offend anyone. Well, then you got 10,000 people saying, "Hey,
we want to give you our money, guys.
We want to give you money."
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll listen. So let's do that. We'll start it. We'll fucking share it and see how it goes.
Yeah.
So. All right.
That's all. Well, I got a lot more that I have to say about that, but it would take a whole episode.
So do I. We're 14 minutes deep.
Yeah. So we can.
I could give you 20 more minutes on my opinions, but I got something else. TNT is developing a TV series based on one of the best vampire movies of all time, in my opinion. And if you don't say all time, it's got to be of the recent 15, 20 years.
Right.
2008's Let the Right One In.
They're making a TV series of it?
TV series on TNT, though.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ted Turner.
You
think he's going to bring in Eric
Bischoff? He's doing, Eric Bischoff. He's going to play the little kid. As Ellie. The thing about this, they're doing a lot of horror fucking TV shows. Mm-hmm. We talked about The Mist being developed to a TV show. We talked about the new Tales from the Crypt coming back. It seems like they're just trying to take anything horror and make a TV show out of it. The Exorcist, which I will not watch.
Yeah, it looks like terrible.
Yeah, fuck that. It's going to get canceled after one episode watch. But the thing that worries me about this is they've brought in MTV's Teen Wolf creator, Jeff Davis, to write and produce the Let the Right One In.
I haven't seen MTV's
I've never
Teen
seen
Wolf.
MTV's Teen Wolf either, so I can't judge. Yeah. But based on it being MTV's Teen Wolf, and I did watch MTV Scream. I watched a couple episodes of that to try to give it a chance, and I thought it was horrible.
Okay.
And it's MTV. It's probably not going to be good, even though it's TNT for this. But they did have Monster Vision with Joe Bob Briggs, which was the shit.
That's a fundamental piece of my teenage years.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago I shared on the Postmortem page Monster Vision interview with Roddy Piper about They Live. With Joe Bob Briggs and Roddy Piper. It was pretty sweet. Yeah, if you guys. You can scroll back through our timeline probably a month or two after this airs and try to find that if you like. But, yeah, Jeff Davis is set to write and produce. They have cast Norwegian actress Christine Froseth as Ellie. While the American remake was nowhere near as good as the Swedish original, it was okay.
Yeah, it was good. It was decent.
It was if it wasn't a remake of such an awesome movie, I would have thought it was better than I think based on... It's a lot better than the Martyrs remake or something like that.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping it's nothing like Teen Wolf and not so dumbed down for TV as they might make it. It seems like, like we said, a lot of fucking horror movies being developed into TV series. Let the Right One In is something that it came out of nowhere, and to me, it's great.
Yeah.
Sideways Vagina.
I wonder if
it's very creative.
Yeah. I wonder if it's going to be like a prequel or like the continued adventures or just like a prolonged retelling of the main story.
There's no other information. Just they're doing it. They've cast Ellie as a girl that's only been in one other movie, so she has hardly any experience. She looks a lot more like the Chloe Grace Moretz from the American one than the original actress, but that doesn't mean anything.
Right.
Hopefully this guy's never... What would be my nightmare is that he's never even seen the Swedish version and he really likes the American version, and then he dumbs that one down.
Yeah.
So it's like the third degree.
It's like the copy of the copy. It's
the
called
Kevin Bacon
Loss.
Game.
it's the fucking Michael Keaton game.
Yeah.
Like Multiplicity. This one,
Steve.
I'm a vampire, Steve.
Don't touch my pee-pee, Steve. That's all I got to say about the Right One In.
I've got something about a vampire TV show too.
Really?
That I think is excellent news. What We Do in the Shadows is getting a TV spinoff.
Really?
Called Paranormal Event Response Unit, conceived by Flight of the Conchords star Jermaine Clement and director of What We Do in the Shadows, Taika Waititi. Great, I love
Taika
that.
Waititi?
Waititi, that's his name. He was the main vampire in What We Do in the Shadows also.
Yeah, I love What We Do in the Shadows. Is this going to be a mockumentary as well?
It's going to follow... It's going into production for New Zealand-based TV network, New Zealand On Air, and it's going to follow 2 special police officers who keep the world safe from supernatural threats, and will feature the same documentary format and humor as its source material. So the first season is set for 6 episodes and has a $1.4 million budget. No other information has been released yet, but it's going into production, and it's basically going to be like paranormal cops in that world.
$1.4 million is pretty small for a 6-episode TV series.
In New Zealand, though. It's cheaper to film in New Zealand.
I'm not saying if we had $1.4 million, we'd make a hell of a movie.
Well, and also because it's done in that sort of like kind of in the regular jack-off world, but with the supernatural twist. Like, they're not going to need to build a lot of sets. You know, it's basically going to be paranormal cops with that humor.
That's cool. Like X-Files X-Cops episode. Do you ever see that one?
Yeah.
People are like seeing things that they're afraid of. Like the one lady sees Freddy Krueger, somebody sees a werewolf. And shit. It's pretty awesome. This monster, like it is whatever you're afraid of.
Right.
It's kind of like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Anything else about that? Is there any more information?
No, nothing yet. It's just going into production now, and it's going to be for this New Zealand TV network. And then it'll probably...
Hopefully it'll be on Netflix.
It will be, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. So, I got one more thing. As you may or possibly may not be aware of, the recent threats have spread across the United States involving highly likely sick individuals wearing clown costumes.
Yeah, what the fuck is going on with this?
Roaming about wooded areas attempting to lure children towards them. The trouble first started in South Carolina. It's quickly spread over the past month to at least 15 states across North America. The latest clown threats range from reports from attacks from a man dressed in a clown getup in Ohio, as well as witnesses spotting one wielding a kitchen knife in the streets, to an incident in Pennsylvania where a 10th grader was fatally stabbed after a fight with somebody wearing a clown mask. And reports of clowns chasing people across the streets and children hurling objects at them. According to other reports in several states, authorities are taking this matter very seriously, have issued a warning to those who plan on dressing up as a painted nightmare this Halloween. As a matter of fact, they recommend you scrap the idea altogether. Pascal County Sheriff Chris Naco in Florida recently spoke with his local news station, issuing an advisory for anyone even contemplating a clown costume this Halloween. Looks like no 31, Pennywise, anything like that going on this Halloween. Because if you do, with these, I don't know if it's just some guy did it and it's copycat effect.
Yeah, I didn't realize someone had actually gotten
dark
hurt.
web. You know, people have been killed by clowns in the woods.
Huh.
Either killer clowns have actually landed.
Right.
This is not a horror movie news. This is fucking real life.
Real life, yeah. I knew
There's
about
clowns out there stalking you.
I knew about like clowns trying to lure people into the woods. I thought it was like a publicity prank or something.
Yeah.
But I didn't know someone had actually gotten like killed or stabbed.
Yeah, so a 10th grader got stabbed to death. Yeah, that's the only death that I could find. But people, they've been throwing shit at kids and like beating up kids and shit.
Wow.
Like it's horrible. But I'm all hoping it goes as a publicity stunt, even with the deaths and the beatings.
Yeah, maybe they're not real.
Maybe it is publicity stunt for a movie, but if it is real, maybe you shouldn't dress up like a clown because you might get shot by the police. Clown lives matter.
As soon as one of these people gets shot, there's going to be Clown Lives Matter protest.
Clown lives matter. That's dark and inappropriate. Yeah. I apologize. But yeah. Fucking crazy. It's craziness. Wow. Isn't it?
That's like...
It's like nightmares. This clown phobia is like, it's like not chlorophobia.
Chlorophobia, yeah.
Chlorophobia, yeah. It's like fear of clowns.
Yeah.
Now you have something to be afraid of, bitches.
Fucking, wow, that's legit.
It's horrible.
That's reality going fucking sideways is what that is.
Yeah,
It's like some dimensional rift opened. And
I don't like the fact it's the same thing. It's like, there's some crazy people dressed as clowns. There's crazy people all the time. You know? You can't tell me that if I want to put a red nose on and a fucking rainbow wig and chase kids around Halloween, in front of my house in a haunted house, if I get shot, I'm going to be pissed.
Right.
You know? I was thinking about doing that. I saw this video of like these like scare pranks, and this guy had a clown suit with those like hula hoop things that make him look all super fat and weird. I was thinking about doing that this Halloween, and I'm not going to do it anymore. Yeah. Probably going to go with my standard Jason mask and my standard, coveralls and do that.
Don't fuck with something that'll get you shot.
Or I was thinking the scarecrow thing. You put the candy on the table, say take one, and you're right there. And they're all scared, and then you go, and then I get shot anyway.
Right.
Scarecrow doesn't matter.
Reality's collapsing, man. Everything's going to fucking hell.
It's fucking crazy. Can't fucking play a virtual reality game because you're going to offend people.
You can't dress like a clown or you're going to get shot.
If I want to dress like a clown and run around in the streets masturbating on a pogo stick, I have that right. This is America, damn it. This is America. If I want to be a naked clown and run through the streets on a unicycle, we can't take that away. What's
rubber
next?
nose on the end of your
you
dick.
Take away my red nose, and next you're going to try to take away my guns.
My water guns. Take away my can of silly string.
You're going to take away my silver string, my flower that shoots water out. When you try to smell it,
You pry it out of my cold dead hands.
you take my flower that shoots water out of my cold dead hands. All right.
I got one more piece of TV news. I think you know about this already.
I have heard of it.
Fangoria has announced that producer James DeMonico, which is spelled Demonico, like demonic, it's funny. But anyway, is working on a Purge television spinoff telling other Purge night stories outside of the trilogy's main continuity on the small screen.
Yeah.
Very few details have been released at this point, except that it's in the works.
I might have heard a more recent story than you, because what I heard is that it's going to be a 10-hour miniseries.
Oh, really?
Of The Purge.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the actual franchise creator, James DeMarco, and said to be interwoven anthology and have a more intricate plot and details than possible in the 90-minute films.
I think that story kind of lends itself to that format. It could be good.
Yeah, I think so too, because, you know, with the almost limitless potential for sequels and the idea from the Purge concept, it's interesting to see where they go for this.
I would like some sort of a beginning, middle, and end of it.
I'd just like it if it was like a Tales from the Crypt style, where it's like 30 minutes long and it's just different shit happening all the time. You know, and just super brutal.
Like every episode is a different story.
They have not released what network will produce it yet, but think about if it was on like Showtime or HBO, it could be good.
Yeah.
If it's on Fox, following The Exorcist, we have The Purge. Stay tuned.
Directed by
TGIF Fridays, it's The Purge.
Directed by the creators of Family Matters. The Urkel Purge. Did I do that?
The Urge. Yeah. Carl Winslow.
Back from the dead.
Back from the dead. I want to start a grindcore band and call it Carl Winslow. With no space, just Carl Winslow.
Carl Winslow, one whole word in like big splatter font. All of your songs are about police activity and family values.
Yeah. And dress up like cops in blackface. That's extremely offensive.
Yeah. So, speaking of like extremely,
I would never do that. Just to clarify.
Yeah, just to clarify. I went to Boo Boo Records. It's a record store in San Luis Obispo where I live, and they have a very large vinyl room, and they have a big selection of used vinyl.
Yeah.
And pretty good selection there. And in their used bin yesterday, I got this CD called Stereophonic Sounds, or used record called Stereophonic Sounds to Scare the Hell Out of Your Neighbors.
Yeah.
And it was $3, and it had like these two skeletons and torture cages on the cover, and I thought it was going to be like Halloween sound effects. So I'm like, all right, cool, I'll check this out. It's $3. Why the fuck not?
Yeah.
So I get home and I listen to it, and mind you, this is made like 1962, 63, and like the very first song on the record is a Nazi war march.
That's horrible.
The second,
you sent me the picture of the record, and I was like, cool, man. I want to listen to that.
It starts with the Nazi war march, and then like, and it's like, Sieg Heil, Sieg Heil, and like
that's fucking horrible.
Yeah. And then the second,
they would never put that out today.
Yeah. And then the second track is just this weird theremin music, and then the third track is this weird dissonant opera, and then everything up to the last song after that is just jazz. And then the last song is this. I don't know if it's like East Indian or Arabic or something, but it's some sort of like music of like that kind of genre. But everything in between those first three tracks and that last track is just fucking jazz. And the only thing I can think is that like it was just playing on the latent racism of the 1960s.
That's
like jazz
horrible.
is scary because it's black people's music.
Well, we're not doing the good and the bad this episode. We're doing nostalgia killers,
right?
But we still have a rating at the end.
Yeah.
So I think that our rating system has to be Nazi theremin jazz.
Nazi theremin jazz artists.
God damn it.
So, yeah.
If there's one thing in this world I can't stand, it's Nazis.
Yep.
Nazi scum.
Nazi. You ever seen the cartoon?
It's gotta be our closing
Rex Steel, Nazi Smasher?
No.
It's a cartoon from like the early 2000s. It was just like a one episode thing that they did for like a festival or something. But like the whole time they say Nazis, they call them Nazis. And he's like a superhero that kills Nazis. Mm-hmm. I'm killing the Nazis. I'm here to fight the Nazis.
That's awesome.
So yeah, it was $3 spent on something weird.
Yeah. Can you like You know how records go? Do they go from the inside out or from the outside?
Outside in.
So you could chip away.
I could.
You could chip away the first track.
But, like, I don't know if it's actually trying to glorify the Nazis or because I mean it's supposed to be scary. So like big drums and people saying "Sieg Heil." Like if you it is terrifying. Like in a way because of like it's terrifying the stupidity of people and their willingness to follow a fucking leader like fucking Schindler. Yeah, but. That's terrifying, but I don't ever want to hear it on a record. fuck Screwdriver, fucking glorifying Nazi shit. Yeah. Like, God damn it. Yeah. If you're a Nazi and you're listening to this here podcast, fuck you. Punch yourself in the dick until you die. We'll meet up. We'll have a triple threat match. Me, you, and Uwe Boll. Death match. He's kind of a Nazi. He is kind of a Nazi. I bet he is a closet Nazi. Yeah, he probably is. So it's just one-on-one still. Yeah. Me and you, Uwe. You fought a fucking critic. Fight me. Yeah, fight someone who knows what's going on. 200 light tubes, electrified steel cage with barbed wire. Chainsaws, explosions. Thumbtacks covered in LSD. Anal loop. Yes. You might get him on that one. You said that part, not me. Anyways, this has been an extremely long horror news segment, so we'll be back with Nostalgia Killers. We're coming back with Nostalgia Killers, and this week we got Munchies and Prince of Darkness. Yeah. So we're going to see how well these films have held up over time. We're going to give them a rating in different categories, and we're going to see which one's the winner. And we've actually got a little bit of a format this time, so it's not as much of a mess as it was last time. Hi, thanks for listening to the Postmortem Podcast. If you want to support us, go to our website at www.postmortemshow.com and click the Amazon link.
By clicking on the Amazon banner, Amazon will give a small percentage of the purchase price of your item back to the Postmortem Podcast at no additional cost to you. That's right. It doesn't cost you any money. We get money. You want us to keep doing this? You want more Doug Jones talk? You want more dick and fart talk? I don't care. We're going to do it.
Fund our filthy, filthy habits.
Yes, and they are many and they are fast.
And most of them aren't legal.
Yes. Click the banner. Just do it.
Come on, don't be a dick. Give us money.
All right, we're back. And before we give you our top 5 animals, we got a little... Nostalgia Killers. All right, our first movie that we're going to do this week is Munchies. Yeah, I gotta be like straight up on this one. Like, I'm gonna be a little bit generous with Munchies because
me too.
I don't really remember Munchies being like a technically good movie ever.
You know what? That's why I talked to you. You know, we're saying acting and characters, production, and cinematography, effects. And I said, you know what? We have to have another category that's entertainment.
Yeah, overall enjoyment.
Because, well, we'll get to those ratings later. But Munchies, it makes me feel good.
Yeah,
I watched it with Kaylee.
Yeah.
So I watched it with my 8-year-old, and she loved it.
Yeah,
she loves Gremlins too. It's a 1987 Gremlins ripoff.
Straight up Gremlins ripoff,
and that was a popular genre. You had Ghoulies, you had Munchies, Critters. Yeah, you had a bunch of shit. But directed by Tina Hirsch, produced by Roger Corman.
Fucking A. And when you see that name on it right away, you're gonna have to give it some leeway.
Yeah, you know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, it's there. There's no fucking mystery there.
Simon Waterman, a space archaeologist, discovers the Munchies in a cave in Peru. Cecil Waterman, his evil twin brother and snack food entrepreneur, kidnaps the creature. What Cecil does not know is that the creature, when chopped up, regenerates into many new creatures, and they get meaner. Kind of like the Gremlins.
Yeah.
You had the nice Gremlin. Yep. The Mogwai. Can you give us that sound effect again? That's Dom. That's not even a clip. That's a talent. You, sir, have a talent.
I have a talented you.
Don't let the world ever deny it.
Believe in yourself.
Believe in yourself. You need to go tour with your Gremlin sound effect.
Go make that noise. Pop Madison Square Garden.
Budokan. Cork and all. Dom's going all over the world.
Taking the show on the road. Pay $250 for front row orchestra pit seats to see me do that for 30 seconds. Gonna have Jethro Tull open for me.
So unlike like the feeding and the water thing of Gremlins, Munchies, like it's when you chop them in half.
Yeah.
They start
Like you chop off his
melting.
arm and it grows another one.
Yeah, exactly. So there's other ways to kill them, but you can't cut them.
Yeah.
It's very restrictive.
Yeah.
Like they reproduce if you cut them.
Yeah.
You just burn the shit out of them. We blow them up. Well, if you blow them up, that'd probably be a bad idea.
Yeah, they have a whole bunch of munchies.
Yeah.
But yeah, you gotta burn them and like electrocute them.
Yeah, electrocution is the preferred way to kill a munchie. If you ever have a munchie invasion in your house, electricity turns them into like stone statues.
Yeah.
Which then you smash, but they don't turn into more munchies.
Right.
Why is there... What I want to know is when they turn into the statues, and they smash the statues, why is there nothing inside of them? They're just hollow.
Yeah, there should be...
They're like the shitty Easter bunny when you're poor and your parents get you the shitty Easter bunny that's hollow.
Right.
Instead of the solid chocolate Easter bunny.
Yeah. You know what those are good for, though, is you break the heads off and you fill them with milk, and it turns into chocolate milk on the inside, and then you drink the milk out of it.
I wish I would have done that as a child. I didn't have my shitty ass poor.
I'll do that as an
poor
adult.
people Easter
As
bunny.
an adult, I'll go to the dollar store and get one and, get stoned and make a chocolate milk bunny.
Dom goes to the 99-cent store and buys 500 of them every Easter. Lasts him through the year.
When I was a kid, we went to Lake Havasu for Easter one year. My uncle had a house out there. And it was, it's Arizona, so it's hot as fuck. And when I woke up on Easter morning, my chocolate bunny had melted so that it was just a puddle with eyes and ears sticking out of it.
That happened to me too.
Yeah.
Terrifying as a kid. You stole Duncan's Easter basket. All right, enough Easter. So let's get to what doesn't hold up and what holds up in this movie. And then we can do our ratings based on our category. To me, what doesn't hold up are the Munchies puppets.
I had to give it a pass because I don't remember them ever looking good. They look like the fucking silly putty dick monster from Inseminoid.
Yeah.
Fucked a Norfin troll doll.
The little belly jewel trolls with that funny hair.
The Don King hair. Yeah. That's what they look like.
Don King's midget retarded baby. Yeah.
And they don't really they had individual personalities in their voices. Like
They do.
I love the Cheech one.
Yeah.
But they didn't really have an individual look that really set them apart. Like the Gremlins had Stripe and like the kind of
the look's all the same, but they have different personalities.
Yeah.
What else doesn't hold up for me is the fact that it's a Gremlins ripoff, and the character Dude, Cecil's stepson. His name is Dude.
Yeah.
He's fucking horrible.
Yeah.
He's a horrible stereotypical character. He's a bad actor.
Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah.
So.
Fuck Dude.
What didn't hold up for you?
The big glaring thing that jumped out for me is that in Gremlins you had Gizmo, who was the good Mogwai.
Yeah.
And in this one you had the first Munchie, who was kind of cute at first.
What was his name? He had a name.
They just called him Munchie.
No, he had a name.
He did?
Yeah. I just watched it the other day and I can't remember his name. Arthur.
Oh, yeah.
Arthur?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's like Arthur or something like that.
Yeah, they that's right. They did give it a name.
Yeah, he had a name, and they were fucking in the bed, and he got in the bed.
Yeah. Yeah, and he was kind of cute at first, and they feed him things and blah blah blah. But as soon as the shit hit the fan, he just got lost in the shuffle. You couldn't tell that there was nothing to set him apart from all the other Munchies.
Because he split into others. That's
Right.
why he was no longer there.
But he was still around, was he? And that's the other thing that's hard to tell because they all look the same.
Yeah, I don't. I thought that what I took away from it was that when he split, there was different Munchies and there was no Arthur.
There was just no more Arthur anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, even just the lack of that, because Gizmo gave you an in Gremlins.
Yeah.
Even if you didn't give a fuck about the humans,
you cared about.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. You want Gizmo to survive.
Yeah.
You love Gizmo.
Yeah. And
if you don't like Gizmo, that's like a person that if someone tells you
torture animals.
I don't like dogs. I don't like animals. I'm just not an animal person. I don't like dogs. I don't like cats. I don't like fucking mogwais. That's the kind of person that there's something wrong with them and you don't want to trust them.
Right. Yeah, you definitely don't want them around your kids.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So the lack of an audience in Monster, Critters didn't need that because the Critters were the bad guys. It was established in the beginning. The Ghoulies, started out as bad guys, and then as the sequel went on, they became good guys. So that worked.
Yeah.
But this movie, it started like you were gonna have a Gizmo, and then it just sort of took it away, and all of the characters, the humans, they were all annoying in their own right, but they were supposed to be,
Yeah.
But there was nothing that grabbed you and pulled you in.
Yeah.
Like that. And
as far as the lead Munchie, yeah.
Yeah.
Arthur,
Arvin, Arthur Conan Doyle,
Artwin, Antoine,
R2D2, Antoine.
We'll name him after you, Antoine.
That's right.
I can't remember. I remember it started with an A, so we'll say he's Antoine the Munchie.
I want to make a graphic now. Antoine, send us a picture so I can make a graphic.
He likes when we bring him up, so
yeah.
I'm sure he'll get a kick out of that. What holds up for me was the humor.
Oh, for sure.
The dialogue.
Yeah,
the actual dialogue between the people and stuff, and the people in the Munchies and stuff. It's pretty good.
Yeah, like all of the people were annoying, but it was all set up for a joke, except for dude. Fuck dude.
Yeah, dude was horrible.
But like I love the wife of the snack mogul.
Yeah,
like she's so terrible.
I love her too. She's
but,
cool. And I do like Cecil's toupee and ridiculous suits. It's obviously the same guy playing both roles, but he does a great job of differentiating.
Yeah, for sure.
And the score was actually cool too. It's funny, you know.
Yeah, it's very cartoony.
Funny, cartoony music. The Munchies' voices, to me, the different characters' voices, I liked
the
that.
Cheech Munchie.
Yeah, the different ones. And the one with the raspy voice, he had a bunch, you know. And the fact that the Munchies want to fuck human women.
Right.
Like they're chasing him in the lake.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, baby.
Come on, baby.
He rips her top off and stuff. It doesn't show anything, so this is fun to watch with your kids.
Roger Corman let me down. But that makes it safe for kids. So
yeah, it's a kid movie for sure. I watched it with my 8-year-old daughter, and, you know, I knew I could because it's a good introductory little horror comedy.
Yeah. Good gateway horror.
Another thing that held up for me was when they went to the fucking snack factory. There was boxes, like there's, different boxes, and they're all spray painted with a stencil of what's in it.
Yeah.
And there's these barrels, and they have radioactive symbols, and it says toxic cheese waste.
Yeah.
Toxic cheese waste.
That's a great joke.
And the last thing to me that held up is that it is fun for the whole family. It's like a Ernest Scared Stupid, that kind of thing that you can watch and that you could enjoy the adult humor in it. But your kids can watch it too, so like
the overall just ridiculousness of it is what.
And Gremlins, you know, like what it is a fucking clone of.
Right.
Not as good as Gremlins, of course. But
it's not. See, the thing is, it's not as good as Gremlins, but I think it's a more kid appropriate movie than Gremlins. Because in Gremlins, you had like the Gremlins being microwaved and put in the blender. Like it got kind of violent at one point. So like, a really young kid, you may not want to show them that. But
no, I think Gremlins is completely kid appropriate. Then again, I watched Freddy vs. Jason. The TV version, you know, the no on demand where it doesn't show the stuff that you want your kids to see. I watched that with Kaylee and Annabelle about 3 years ago, so 2 years ago maybe.
Actually,
Annabelle was 3.
I showed Kaylee and Annabelle Regurgitated Sacrifice one night when you weren't here. So
no. You showed them the TV version of
the TV version. It's
just
like,
the white background. It says a film by Lucifer Valentine.
And then it ends.
The end.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's get to it. You got anything else that you want to talk about that holds up?
No.
We kind of pile on together, so let's get to our rating system. We got the acting and characters. Mm-hmm. What do you think about that?
I gave it a 4 out of 5 because while the acting was bad,
the characters were great,
and it was appropriate. Like, and I would have given it a 5 out of 5 if it wasn't for Dude.
Yeah, I give it a 3, a generous 3, because the acting was bad, like you said. But I like the Munchies had individual personalities. I like the cop.
Yeah,
the son of the cop. You know, that's like, okay, where are we gonna go? He's so fucking stupid.
I wish we had watched this before we did our cops episode because he'd have made my list.
Oh, me too. And you know what else I liked? That old lady that the Munchies get into like a car crash battle with.
Yeah.
She's throwing cherry bombs at them and shit, like out of her window. Why does she have cherry bombs? She's like 80 years old. She's crashing her car into their car. They're crashing their car. They're shooting guns at her through the window. Yeah. She's not backing down and throwing cherry bombs at her. That old woman she would have made my elderly people list. If you guys, when we reference these old episodes, go back and listen to them. You know, Top 5 Cops is a good one. Another one, Top 5 Elderly Characters. That was a good one, too.
I'm sure we'll revisit those lists later, maybe next year or something.
Yeah, and eventually we'll maybe use some best-ofs. Like, we're recording a couple right now for the honeymoon, and I'll be gone, and we can't record, and that kind of thing. Yeah. But maybe, something happens, shit hits a fan, kid breaks their arm, we can't record, something like that, or, something happens with you, whatever happens, maybe we'll do a best-of episode, or that kind of thing. But, yeah, I give it a 3. What about story and writing?
I gave that a 3.
Give that a 3. I gave it a 2.5.
The story was basic as fuck.
Yeah. The dialogue was good, though.
Yeah.
The dialogue was good, and that is the writing.
Yeah, and that's what brought it up.
Yeah. Special effects and production?
2.
1.5. Horrible special effects, but forgivable.
Yeah, because part of this is, does it hold up to our like nostalgic lens? Yeah. And I don't ever remember it being good.
Yeah.
So I kind of gave it a little bit of a boost on that.
Yeah, that's true. And the reason why is because of our next category, entertainment.
Yeah.
I gave it a 4. I mean, it's a great little movie to watch with your kids, introductory. I enjoyed it too. It wasn't like, it's not a bad movie.
Yeah, I wasn't bored while watching it.
Yeah.
I gave it a 5. Like, I wholly enjoyed it. I enjoyed it just as much as I did when I was a kid, despite its flaws. They just don't make movies like this anymore.
Yeah, they don't. They need to, though.
Yeah.
So my overall came to be about 2.75 when I averaged it out, but I'm going to round it up to a 3.
Okay.
So 3 out of 5 for the Munchies. Not a horrible dated movie. It is dated, but it's like it still holds up enough to where it's entertaining to watch.
Yeah, kid will laugh at it.
Nostalgia killers, and if you think about whether it survives or not, I think 3 is a good guideline. If
that's like right down.
If we're gonna chop it and kill it forever, or we're gonna say that it holds up enough to watch, 3 is probably the minimum. 2.9, it's gone. That kind of thing. So I give it I'll give it a 3. I'll round up to 3 because I did enjoy it still. So.
My final score averaged a 3.5 out of 5, and I'm going to stay with that.
3.5.
Yeah.
I could probably even go up to a 3.5. I could agree with you. Somewhere between a 3 and 3.5 for me would be a good average. It's just when we break it up to these categories, if we just solely went on like how much we like it and just rated it without breaking it into these categories, I can't give it a special effects or anything more than the 1.5. So that's why my average is so down. But if we just said like how much do you like it, I could say 3.5 too.
Yeah. So it made the cut.
It made the cut.
We did not kill it.
We didn't kill it. It lives.
Now, they live.
They live. It lives. The Munchies live. Antoine the Munchie lives. Now our next nostalgia killer segment, Prince of Darkness.
Yes, 1987 John Carpenter classic.
Yes, starring Donald Pleasance from Halloween and Victor Wong from Tremors, Big Trouble in Little China, and Three Ninjas High Noon at Mega Mountain.
Yeah, and Dennis Dune from Big Trouble in Little China.
Yep, and Alice Cooper.
Yeah, that's right.
They had him on set for one day. He visited the set. They put him in a part, and then he disappears. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
He's in the movie, but he never dies or anything. He's just gone.
Yeah, he just comes.
Alice Cooper's there. He throws a bike through somebody. He's gone.
Yeah. He's. I guess one of the producers was his agent. And,
oh, really?
Yeah, and he did a song. Like, when the dude gets stabbed with the bike, he's listening to an Alice Cooper song. That's a song that Alice Cooper wrote for the movie. Yeah. And he was like, hey, we can have him on set for a day. You want him to play a part? And John Carpenter was like, fuck yeah, I do. And so we got Alice Cooper in a beanie, dressed like a homeless person. And actually, the bike that he stabbed the dude with was one of his stage props that he would use during his set, and like would stab himself with it.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, they were able to bring that in and run with it.
He rides it into the set and then stabs himself with it and then decapitates himself.
Eats a bat.
That's cool. Yeah, for me. So I'll give you a brief synopsis of the plot if you guys haven't seen this movie. So, a sinister secret has been kept in a basement of an abandoned Los Angeles church for many years. With the death of a priest belonging to a mysterious sect, another priest opens the door to the basement and discovers a vat containing green liquid. The priest contacts a group of physics graduate students to investigate it. Unfortunately, they discover that the liquid contains the essence of Satan himself.
Dun, dun, dun.
And they also discover they will release his father, an all-powerful anti-god, the father of Satan. The liquid later comes to life itself, turning some of the students into zombies as the devil comes forward to release his father. Will these students be able to stop him? I stole that from IMDb.
Yeah.
Somebody else read it.
It's a pretty good synopsis, though.
Yeah, it is pretty good. Yeah. So, to me, extremely slow and dragging opening and everything. 12 minutes of credits interspersed with bullshit. That could have been a quarter of that.
Yeah.
There's 12 minutes of credits at the beginning of the movie. It's fucking slow, man.
Drag. You know what, though? Like, the action of the movie itself, I actually remember it dragging more than it did. Maybe
it's a long movie. It's coming in at 2 hours.
Yeah.
So, yeah, or maybe just above that.
Yeah. But I think I remember it dragging more than it did because I didn't understand the science stuff then as much as I do now. And now watching it and, like, understanding, having taken a bunch of science classes.
Not just that, but, too, you being deep involved in, you like to research the occult and Satanism and
Yeah,
things like that.
and
I'm not
having
saying
the-
that Dom's a Satanist. Don't come and burn his house down.
Yeah, stay the fuck away from my
Crucify
house. Don't crucify me. I don't need that.
They're going to burn you in your little smart car.
Shit. It's going to melt around me. That's going to suck.
I just shot on you. I just busted you out for having a smart car.
I'm proud of my smart car. I got to Vegas and back for $80. You can't fucking beat that.
Yeah, that's very true. And one time at a wrestling show, Dom came out and his car was facing sideways instead of forward because we all picked his car up and turned it around because it's one of those little smart cars.
Yeah. Last night, Michelle came over, and after she left, I was hungry, and I went to go cook, and the food that I had in my fridge was moldy, and it was 12 o'clock. I'm like, fuck, I can't go shopping right now. I'm just gonna go to McDonald's down the street and grab a burger. And as
I saw this story.
As I go into McDonald's, this fucking crazy ass bum comes in behind me, and he's like, you got a faggot car, and you like to take it in the ass, and he's yelling this shit at me.
I wish I was there for this.
And
I would not even intervene. I would just laugh and videotape.
All I could do was just stand there and stare at him. I didn't even say anything. He was just yelling at me about my faggot car and how I like to take it in the ass. And then the dude behind the counter was like, hey, I told you, get out.
Yeah.
So the guy goes out. And I get my food, and I was gonna get it. I got it to go, but the dude was still walking around the parking lot, and I don't want to have a confrontation with him. So I'm eating my food inside, hoping he'll just go away. And a few minutes later, the dude comes back in, and he starts yelling at me about my quote unquote faggot car again. And he has a trash bag, and he fucking dumps the trash on the floor, and is standing there in the middle of this pile of trash, yelling about the gays. And I'm like, fuck this. The last thing I need right now is to end my night being stabbed in the guts by some homeless person. So there's a side door. I fucking bailed out the side door, went around to my car, and got the hell out of Dodge. I
should have ran him over. I ran you over in my gay car.
Damaged my car.
Yeah, the car would probably just crumple and you'd die inside, and he'd just be standing there.
It'd be like in the Fantastic Four when the bus hit the thing and wrapped around him.
And then he turns into that fucking skeletal demon thing, like in Hellraiser. The
he's the homophobic skeletal demon.
We're gonna switch it from Nazi theremin fucking jazz music to homophobic skeletal demons.
Done.
We didn't even put it over last fucking segment anyway, so who cares? So let's get to what doesn't hold up and what holds up. So what doesn't hold up to me is a slow first 30 minutes. It did not need to be so long. Too much setup with not enough payoff. The acting, other than Donald Pleasance and Victor Wong, is terrible.
I thought Donald Pleasance even phoned it in.
You thought Donald Pleasance phoned it in?
Yeah, he seemed like he was trying, but they didn't give him enough information.
He was just
to
Donald
work
Pleasance
with.
to me. He was like, I don't think he phoned it in, but Victor Wong is great.
Oh yeah,
I love Victor Wong.
Yeah. You know who I didn't like though was Dennis Dun, who was the buddy in Big Trouble in Little China.
I didn't like anyone.
He was trying to be comic relief.
Yeah,
but he's just not funny.
Yeah, he's not funny. The lack of good gore. There is a lack of serious good gore in this movie. This movie does not have. It has minor violence. There's not that much violence in this movie.
I thought the melted skin effect looked cool when they got possessed. That looked good. What looked ridiculous though was when they were pulling the demon out of the mirror and its hands looked like pig feet.
Yeah,
like giant pickled pig's feet.
Yeah, it would have been better as a novel.
Yeah,
to me, if I read this and can imagine it in my mind, I think it would have been way better than the visualization of the movie. Maybe if they made this right now, if John Carpenter made Prince of Darkness in 2016, maybe it would have been better.
Yeah.
And I hate to say that because old movies, I love my old horror movies, but I think it's slightly overrated.
Really?
I think it's overrated. Yeah. I'd watch it.
You know what the other effect thing that I like? I liked the bug effects where the bugs would take over a person's body and the guy was falling apart and the bugs were falling out of him.
Yeah.
That looks good and creepy.
There's some good effects and stuff like that. I'm not saying all the effects are bad or anything. I'm just saying that we'll get into the entertainment factor, all that stuff later, but it was, to me, when I rewatched it, it was a hard watch. It was boring. I was bored. I watched it in 2 sittings, dude.
Wow.
Yeah. And I love John Carpenter. I love Halloween. I love They Live.
Yeah.
I'd say They Live. I'd say In the Mouth of Madness and They Live are tied for my favorite, and then Halloween, and then everything else for him.
Gotcha.
Well, The Thing is good too.
Yeah, The Thing is my favorite.
I'll tie The Thing with Halloween. So I'd say In the Mouth of Madness and They Live are my favorite, and then The Thing and Halloween tied, and then everything else.
Yeah. So. The music held up.
Oh, for sure. The
And
music is
he
the
recorded
best
that music
part
in
of
his
the movie.
living room, like with just a little setup. Like,
It's the best part of the movie. I love John Carpenter's music, and if you guys look up on YouTube, he did this tour where he played the music, and one of our listeners and our friend Danny Foster, at the last minute the same day, said, "Hey, you want to go with me? I have an extra ticket. I'll pay your way." And I had no sitter. I could have saw John Carpenter perform "They Live" and "Prince of Darkness," Halloween, and all the stuff in LA, but it was too short notice for me.
damn kids getting in the way of things,
Yeah.
ruin everything.
Fuck. I wish we had those sleeping pods, like Alien and like.
You just put them in there
and stuff. I'll just put them in the sleeping pods. I'll leave. I'll go to LA. I'll come back to them.
You come back like 2 weeks later,
They're
be fine.
like intubated, with like vitamins and shit.
Yeah.
They're fine.
Yeah, totally fine. It's a little nauseous when they come out, but
Play classical music in the pod, so
keeps their brain.
books on tape. Alice Cooper killing a guy with a bike held up.
That was awesome. Yeah.
Another thing that held up for me was the battle of good versus evil involving religion. I like religious-based horror movies.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of shitty ones. The good ones, like The Prophecy,
Yeah.
shit like that, they hold up for me. I love that.
When they
battle.
work, they work. When they don't, they
The
fucking
Exorcist.
don't.
I mean, come on, fucking awesome. The other thing that held up for me was groups of people with specific abilities coming together to fight unspeakable evil.
Yeah.
You got all these people that have these different expertises coming together for this cause to fight the fucking evil.
Yeah.
I love that concept in movies.
Where they have to work together.
Yeah,
If they don't,
and
they
it's-
won't survive.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like it's an 80s thing.
Yeah.
It really is an 80s thing because there's not that many movies now where there's a group of people and everyone has their own niche.
Yeah, now they all just don't like each other.
Yeah, now they all just are douchebags, unlikable douchebags, but there's not that thing where they all have their own niche, and if somebody dies, you're like,
Yeah, what do we do?
yeah, that person, what do we do? That kind of thing. So, like, right now, in current horror movies, you just want everyone to die because you don't like anyone.
Yeah, they're just there to be victims.
There are exceptions to the rule, like Deathgasm and
Yeah.
things like that, but, as of now, the landscape of horror has changed from you wanting to root for some of the protagonists to the antagonist is the protagonist,
Yeah.
and you like the monster, and you want the killer to win, and that kind of thing.
Yeah. Put them on the lunchbox.
The other thing that holds up for me is puking, but Hank Skinny did it better.
They should remake Prince of Darkness with Hank Skinny.
Hank Skinny.
That's his big break into mainstream cinema.
He gets the top billing on the marquee and
Yeah.
everything. on the movie theater, it says Hank Skinny in Prince of Darkness.
Hank Skinny's esophagus in Prince of Darkness.
All right, so let's go to our segments. Acting and characters. What do you give it?
I gave it a 3.
I give it a 3 too. I would have been less except for the leads, like I
Yeah.
said. I didn't like a lot of the characters. But story and writing.
I gave that a 5.
I gave it a 3.5. I think that, like I said, it would have translated better into a novel for me. Like, I love to read. I'm, a big reader, and I would have loved to read this. I might even read the screenplay because I think I'd like it more than the movie. So.
Yeah, I think I rated it so high because I just love the blending of science and religion.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. So. Special effects and production.
I gave it a 4.
I give it a 4 as well. Yeah.
I thought that while there wasn't a lot of it, I thought the melting effects were good. I thought the bug effects were good.
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't really like was the demon hands coming out of the mirror. But the mirror effect, especially when she goes to the other side of the mirror, that was cool as fuck.
Yeah.
And the music is part of the production as far as I'm concerned, and the music holds it together.
Maybe I would go even a 5 if I factored in the music, but I don't. Since I already talked about that earlier, I put special effects and production, just more of like the cinematography and the effects and that kind of stuff. But if we count music and production, I would actually bump it to a 4 or 5, I think. But I'll leave it at my 4 for now. Cylinder thing was cool.
Yeah,
The
I want
bike-
that in my house.
Yeah, the bike didn't have enough gore though. When he threw the bike through him, it was cool, but
Yeah.
and it's funny, but didn't have enough gore. Minimal effects done right is still better than fake ass splatter though.
Yeah.
Still better than the bike was still cooler
And,
than just a bunch of blood flying out when there's no fucking splatter. There's no orifice from the blood to come from.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
I thought that their dream sequence that they all have, that looked really creepy too. And the way he did that was he filmed it once and then he played it on a TV and filmed it again to give it that sort of staticky look.
Oh,
and
cool.
even though like the demon thing that they're seeing in their dream sequence is just like basically a dude in like a cloak waving his arms around, it still looked really creepy.
Yeah, he's John Carpenter's a great director. It's just this might be towards the bottom of my list on his movies. Besides like the really really late movies that I didn't care for.
Ghost of Mars.
that kind of stuff.
We
Yeah,
just pretend that didn't happen.
I like John Carpenter's vampires more than I like Prince of Darkness.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
yeah, seriously. Get a little wood, Padre. A little mahogany.
Little mahogany.
So you stabbing that vampire, you got a little wood in your pants, a little mahogany. The only thing that was really bad with the effects was the pale white faces, like of the zombie people.
Yeah.
It just looked way like, okay, now this person's
yeah.
a zombie, here's some caked on white makeup, we're good to go. The melting blonde girl was good, although it was comparable to Hellraiser Uncle Frank, which around the same time came out.
Yeah.
And wasn't quite as good.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, Frank was way better than her,
sure.
but she was still pretty cool, so.
Her facial expression was really creepy. That was all in the actress, though. That wasn't special effects.
Yeah. Entertainment.
I gave it a 4.5.
I give it a 3 because it's just too slow pace. I had to watch it. I said 2 sittings, but in my notes here, 3 sittings. And I hadn't seen it since the 90s.
Right.
You know? And I don't know how people ran and raved that this is Carpenter's best film. I don't agree with that.
No?
At all. I would place it near the bottom, not including Ghost of Mars and things like that. But, you know, The Thing is better. In the Mouth of Madness is better to me. Halloween is better. They Live is better. People on IMDb, the boards I was reading, are saying, like, the best Carpenter film, so underrated. And I just don't agree.
I think it's better than Halloween.
Really?
Yeah.
Halloween? The first Halloween?
I think it's better than Halloween. Yeah, because it intellectually stimulated me more than Halloween did. And
Halloween is just so iconic, though.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm not saying Halloween's a bad
Yeah.
movie, but you know, I'd say The Thing is my favorite John Carpenter movie, and then I would probably say In the Mouth of Madness, then Prince of Darkness, and like
Then Halloween?
and Prince of Darkness and Halloween at the same time.
What about They Live?
I don't really look. I'm thinking more about his horror movies. I see They Live as more of an action movie.
Action sci-fi.
Yeah,
I love They Live.
and I
So
sort of
good.
put it in its own category.
Yeah.
It's just its own thing.
Yeah, it's tied for number 1 with In the Mouth of Madness to me. In the Mouth of Madness, there's just nothing like it. To me, it's the best, other than Reanimator. H.P. Lovecraft infused movie.
Tribute, yeah.
Yeah.
So what's your final overall average?
My final overall was 3.4, which is pretty much tied up with IMDb's 6.7 out of 10 rating.
Okay.
You know, if you did average, that would be 6.8 if I did it out of 10. IMDb 6.7. And some of these categories I might have been a little low, some of them I might have been a little generous. But like I said, to me, I remembered it being better than it was when I rewatched it. So
Okay.
for me, with Nostalgia Killers, 3.4 is generous. I actually enjoyed Munchies more than Prince of Darkness. I'd rather watch Munchies again than Prince of Darkness if you had to hold a gun in my head and tell me which one to watch right now.
One of the two.
Yeah.
Which one is it? I gave it a 4.12 out of 5, and I actually enjoyed it more than when I saw it before. I remembered it being kind of slow, and I kind of I went into it like this is going to be a chore.
Yeah.
But I watched it beginning to end in one sitting, and I really enjoyed it the whole time, and I think I got it more.
Yeah.
Watching it as an adult than I did watching it. I think the last time I saw it, I was maybe 20.
Yeah, I will probably revisit it in a few years because I did watch it. I started watching it about 11 at night on work nights. So that's another reason why it took me like sittings. You know,
I think I watched it on a Saturday.
We've had a lot of homework for the show this week, unfortunately, because we got a lot going on. I wrestled Friday and Saturday. This is Sunday, so I've had no time. You know, we have the wedding going on. We have all this shit going on. So I did have to split it up. Maybe if I watched it in one sitting, I might have liked it better. But I will be revisiting it in a couple of years.
This makes me want to go back and watch The Fog, because I remember The Fog being boring.
Yeah.
And I kind of
Let's do that next Nostalgia Killers, because I really want to rewatch that too. I've been thinking about it lately. Locating it.
Of his early movies, I put that one probably on the bottom of the list. Like, it's above Ghost of Mars.
Yeah.
But, I want to go back and...
But the remake is so good. Have you seen the remake
of The Fog? No.
It's so good.
Really?
I'm just kidding.
Okay, good. I was going to say. So, that's Nostalgia Killers.
That's Nostalgia Killers. So we said that technically, I guess both films get a pass.
Yeah, both films get a pass, and under the scoring judgment of the homophobic Bone Demon.
Homophobic Hellraiser Bone Demon. Is it a pass? All right.
And then we've got animals.
We got the top 5 animals. We're getting bestial.
Fucking an animal.
Bestiality in the Lord.
Yes.
In the words of the late great G.G. Allen, we're living like an animal.
That's right.
So we'll be back with the top 5 animals. We are proud to announce the first ever post-mortem live show, November 19th, 7 p.m. at the Santa Maria Town Center Mall.
That's right. Post-mortem, live and uncut, like an uncircumcised baby.
Yes, indeed.
As opposed to a dead, uncircumcised baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a dead circumcised baby.
Yeah, that's true. I guess you beggars can't be choosers. Anyway, this show is happening at 159 Town Center East in Santa Maria, California. At the Santa Maria Town Center Mall.
Santa Maria Town Center Mall, main level. It's in Leisure Time Games. Leisure Time Games is a local comic book and trading card game store, any kind of game other than video games that are gracious enough to host the first ever post-mortem live in front of an audience podcast.
They're going to regret this.
They may. Hey, he listens, so don't say that too loudly. We won't be coming at you undead from the B ward. We will be live.
And if you want to come watch JD get real drunk and me pop a bunch of pills and slam energy drinks.
Well, the problem is they don't allow beer in the mall, so I'm just going to have to drink heavily before.
Okay.
So I'll walk in trash.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right, you guys, if you can come out, if you're anywhere in the Central California area, or if you want to fly in, it's a free show.
That's right. Not charging a dime for it.
November 9th.
Get what you pay for.
Yes, indeed. As always with Postmortem.
My animal, drinking 50 years, fucking an animal, blowing 50 steers, fucking an animal. Oh, I'm a fucking queer, fucking an animal.
And we're back with the top 5 horror animals. Yeah. That was a good one.
There needs to be more horse horror. Horses are fucking scary.
A black horse like the Sleepy Hollow, like Headless Horseman.
Or the
Just
horse.
the horse
yeah.
is scary.
Or headless horse.
Headless horse. Or a man riding a horse that has the head of a horse.
And the horse has a man's head.
And the horse is the man's head.
And both are Christopher Walken.
Yeah. Both are Christopher Walken with contact lenses and poofed up hair.
And shark teeth. What the fuck was Tim Burton thinking? I don't know, but it worked.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that movie a lot.
Yeah, it's his last good
and
movie.
he'd only talk like the Continental from Saturday Night Live. Why do you go?
He's riding the horse banging on a cowbell.
Why do you go? You're so beautiful. I just want to touch you. And you get slapped in the face. In the horse face. That would be awesome. We just wrote the best movie ever. Like I said, there's more than one way to go fund me. All right, I'll start us off, I guess, with the top 5 animals. My number 5 is the tentacle monster from The Host. You ever see The Host?
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's a fucking animal.
Yeah, it's like an
technically.
octopus
It's like
kind of.
octopus kind of thing. I love The Host. The acting is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
The fucking special effects are great. They're CGI. It's a lot of CGI, but it looks good.
Yeah.
Especially for its time. What did it come out? Like 2001 or
Something
some
like
shit
that. Yeah. It's a real solid movie.
It's a real. Was it Korean or Japanese? It was no Japanese. It was Korean or Chinese.
Vietnamese or something.
Yeah. But it was a great movie. It's called The Host. If you guys haven't seen it, look it up.
I think it's on Netflix.
It's not anymore.
No?
Because I wanted to rewatch it
Okay.
when I thought about it for this list. I'm like,
That's where I saw it. I know.
Yeah.
But
not on the instant anyway.
Okay.
But you could probably send away for it. But yeah, The Host. If you guys haven't heard of The Host, it holds up.
yeah,
So
solid movie.
yeah.
My number 5 are the giant killer rabbits from a 1972 ridiculous as fuck movie called Night of the Lepus.
That's on my honorable mentions.
I love that they just built tiny sets and
Yeah.
put the rabbits in there and had them hop around and wreak havoc.
It's just rabbits.
It's so stupid.
is
It's so
fucking
stupid and great.
retarded.
I don't
I
know
love
what the
it,
fuck a lepus is. Like,
Yeah.
I haven't
Night of
looked
the
that up.
Does lepus mean rabbit?
It must. Like, it's some sort of, like, maybe that's like their Latin designation. Like, that would make sense. But Like, that is just, I mean, it was
Because
1972.
they leap, they hop and leap,
that's
so it's
true.
Rabbidus lepus.
Night of the Leapers. Lepus.
That'd be a better.
Yeah.
Night of the lepers.
Night of the leper, like rabbits with leprosy.
Rabbits with leprosy would be more terrifying than just rabbits on a set
for sure.
hopping around.
Yeah, and that movie was, like I said, made in 1972, so that was like right when cocaine was starting to get big, and I'm pretty sure that's how that movie happened.
Dude, I got an idea. I got an idea. We put these rabbits in a box with tiny houses. I'm sold, bro.
Come in another line.
There's a lot of bro talk in there. Bro, rabbits, bro. Yeah, bro.
You know what would be scary? A giant fucking rabbit. Big teeth.
You stole Duncan's Easter basket.
That was the natural offshoot of that.
Number 4 for me, Church the Cat in Pet Sematary.
That's on my honorable mentions.
Yeah. Good animal and horror, and it really sets the tone for the whole movie, because without the initial cat, you couldn't get Gage, you couldn't get the whole story. It had to be the family pet that
Right.
they want to put back, and then the kid dies, they put the kid back to try to get the kid back to life. It was the start of the whole sequence of events, which fucking ruined the family and everything.
Yeah, like the catalyst for the catalyst for madness.
It was a cat-a-list. Yes, it was.
My number 4 is Ella the monkey from Monkey Shines.
Monkey Shines.
That movie is so uncomfortable if you watch it now.
If you're not disturbed by a quadriplegic man having sex,
and like the monkey kind of being in love with him and like being jealous,
watching and being jealous of him getting roped,
and he the monkey's like in the end when she's like petting his face, and then he fucking throws her into the tape deck with his teeth.
Yeah, that's a weird movie.
It's a George Romero movie.
Yeah, wasn't it based on Stephen King too? Or is that monkey something else?
That's something else. Yeah, this was an original story. Basically, Romero was successful with Night of the Living Dead, so like the studio was like, "All right, we want you to make some like professionally produced movies. We're going to give you a budget." And he's like, "I'm going to do some cocaine and make a movie about a monkey."
I'm going to make a movie about a monkey and a guy who can't move his arms and legs that fucks. You move his dick and that's it. I thought that if you're quadriplegic, you couldn't get it up.
Oh, no, you totally can. Yeah, it works.
Really?
Yeah, they actually asked Christopher Reeve about that after he had his accident. He's like, "No, that works."
He shoots kryptonite out.
That's the kryptonite horse.
That's one of the worst remakes of all time is Rear Window.
Yeah.
Rear Window, the original movie, is really good.
I never saw the remake.
The remake with Christopher Reeve after he was paralyzed.
Ugh.
He's actually paralyzed playing the part.
Huh. Wow.
Yeah. You should watch it.
Yeah. It's uncomfortable.
It's very uncomfortable.
Does he kill a monkey
he still wants to, no. He still wants to act so he can play the part of the paralyzed guy in the movie. He probably was the one that was his passion project. He's like, this remake Rear Window.
Yeah, this one's for me. You should have remade Monkey Shine with him.
That's terrible. He's all,
it still works.
He's a fucking Viagra, and I can go with my hover round. That's terrible. I want to see a battle between Christopher Reeve and fucking, what's his name? Stephen Hawking. There can only be one. The Highlander, Part 7. Stephen Hawking versus Christopher Reeve.
The only way they can win is one of them has to bite the other one on the neck and shake them around and then throw them into a tape player.
No, they're going to sword fight with their dicks because that's the only thing that works. They can't move their arms and legs, so they're going to sit there and sword fight with their dick. Pew, 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 pew. Because Highlander was a sword fight movie anyway. Right. And then one of them has to decapitate the other with his penis. Okay, we've been a little distant from the top 5 animals, but we're coming back.
Yeah.
We're fine.
Number 3.
My number 3, right?
Yeah.
The Graboids from Tremors.
Yeah, they're big worms.
Graboids. Victor Wong from Prince of Darkness. A little tie in there.
Yeah.
Graboids. He wants to take a picture with him. I'm going to sell it to you. It's your turn to make the beans, Kevin Bacon. Yeah, Tremors still is good.
Yeah, it definitely holds up. And the puppet was good, like the worm puppet.
You know what doesn't hold up? The fact that Fred Ward and Kevin Bacon travel in a pickup truck because they hear that there's this woman scientist there, and they're like, oh. They're like already like ready to rape. They're like rape traveling, and they're like, she's gonna have big green eyes and a big old rack and blah blah blah. And they get there, she's got her little like suntan lotion, sunblock on her nose.
The zinc.
She's like homely and like.
they're on the fucking bang bus, like they've got the Browsers logo down on the bottom, waiting to fucking bang the shit out of some sexy scientist.
Sexy scientist. I'm gonna put my bacon in you.
Gonna be 6 degrees of separation.
6 degrees of semen.
6 degrees of penetration.
That's the best like porno parody ever.
Yeah.
6 degrees of penetration, starring Kevin Bacon, Fred Ward, and the girl with the curly hair.
And Reba McEntire.
And the graboid tentacles go inside of her too. It's like
it's Japanese
hentai crossover. And Bert's there with shoving guns in her. You need 6 things. You got a tentacle, you got Fred Ward, you got Kevin Bacon, you got the shotgun, you got Reba McEntire with the strap on, and you got Victor's little long.
Victor's. Yes.
That's my number 3.
My number 3 is the deer in Slither.
Yeah.
He gets all possessed and fucks him up. And at the end of the scene where like the girl saves him and he's like, when we tell the story to other people, it's going to go down different.
Yeah, Slither is so underrated. If you guys haven't seen Slither yet, fucking check it out.
It's on Netflix. It's
2005, right?
Yeah, something like
it's
that.
It's not on instant streaming anymore.
It's not?
Yeah, because I recently rewatched it and I had to buy the DVD.
You missed out.
Yep.
James Gunn.
My number 2, kind of similar to the graboids, but would have been remiss without saying it. The sandworms of Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
They're animals.
Yeah, they are. They're worms.
There's animals within an animal. It's kind of like the graboids. How the little graboid comes out, the big graboid. Sandworms.
Yep. It's all a reference to Shai Hulud from Dune.
I really like when it smacks the fucking... She smacks him on the nose. He goes, ooh.
Yeah. like a dog that you've punished.
Yeah. Bad graboid. Bad sandworm. Bad.
It's like Biff on a worm body.
They're both black and white.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. Maybe Biff is a sandworm.
Biff is a sandworm might be our graphic. No, you know I got something better inside. I sent it to you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You popped for it.
Yeah, that was good.
It's good. You just
going to be one of the best.
The graphic in this episode. Yeah.
My number 2 is the Robo Dog from Brian Yuzna's 2004 classic Rottweiler.
Yes, it's so good.
It's so fucking. I got to go back. I remember.
I want to watch it too. I can't find it.
Yeah. I gotta
it's
find
on Netflix, it's on Amazon. We're gonna have to order the DVD and watch it together.
Yeah, you have to.
Dude, Don and G had the movies for 2001 Rottweiler.
It's a beaten dog that somehow becomes a cyborg and comes back to get revenge.
If you put Brian Yuzna or Stuart Gordon on anything, I'm gonna be into it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what it is.
Even like Castle Freak and things like that.
Yeah, they're all good movies.
Not Reanimator, Not From Beyond, just different things. Return of the Living Dead 3, those kind of things. They have that eye.
Yeah,
I like the way things are. Dagon, I like the way they do their cinematography, and they have a lot of the underlighting.
Yeah, it's an eye for detail.
Yeah, the dialogue is good in their movies. The special effects are always good, even if like From Beyond the little slugs don't hold up as much as some of the rest. But but
it's still entertaining.
They're still good. Yeah, no matter what. So, all right, you ready for my number 1?
Yeah.
The laughing deer from the Evil Dead 2.
Nice. He's in my honorable mentions, yeah.
That's the best fucking animal ever to me.
Yeah.
That deer it's just a deer with these weird contact lenses.
Yeah.
And then he cracks his head and looks at him.
And he just turns into a fucking Muppet. Yeah.
His fucking tongue hanging out. That really gets over the fact that Ash is insane.
Yeah.
And the clock starts laughing too.
Yeah.
And the windows
The
start
whole
shutting
house.
and laughing. The house starts
He
laughing.
hears the horse galloping through the rafters.
Yeah. And Ash starts laughing. It's just like, okay. We're crazy now.
Yeah, this movie has gotten on the bus to Crazy Town.
That's the best taxidermy plot device ever in an 80s horror movie.
Yeah. My number 1 is actually also from a Sam Raimi movie, and I kind of tossed it around, and I decided to go with this one. It was going to be The Deer also, but I decided that that might be a little bit too.
You probably
obvious.
knew that was going to be my number 1 too.
I went with the possessed goat from Drag Me to Hell.
Oh, I love it. I love it, dude. It's on my honorable mention. Yeah. I love that goat.
That was our second show graphic was that goat.
I went between that and the witch. The goat from the witch.
Black Phillip.
Just kidding.
Yeah. He didn't even fucking make my honorable mentions.
You know what's weird is, like, so I watched The Witch. You told me it sucks. I watch it, and it's so fucking slow. The ending's kind of cool. There's a couple of little cool things in it, but the fact that you like Prince of Darkness so much, I think maybe you should rewatch it in a couple of years. You might like it.
Maybe with subtitles.
Yeah, I didn't like it. It was boring.
Yeah.
But it was kind of similar of, like, religious, like, whatever. You might like it more if you watch it again, but yeah, it's ungood. Yeah. It's very ungood.
Maybe I can get like a like for the hearing impaired version that has the subtitles in it, and I can understand what the fuck is going on, because that was a big problem. Yeah. The possessed goat in Drag Me to Hell is way better than Black Phillip, because you never saw Black Phillip talk. Goddamn it! And if you're gonna have a talking goat, it's gonna need to look insane, and that goat looked fucking insane.
I have a buttload of honorable mentions.
Yeah, like a butt full of animals.
Well, it doesn't take a lot of animals to fill your butt, so I got more than a buttload.
Like Richard Gere's butt full of gerbils.
Yeah, we have Richard Gere amounts of fucking animals in our butts. My first one is Zombievers. You ever see that?
Yeah, it's a great movie.
It's fucking good.
It's way better than it has any right to be.
It is. It's funny, good horror comedy, animal horror comedy. And my next one, Dr. Mambo, the dog from Cabin Fever. Been on previous lists.
Yeah.
He's a doctor and a dog.
Doctor of being a dog. Faced.
Ella from Monkey Shines, like you said. Cujo.
Yeah.
Movie, not as good as the book.
Yeah, I didn't like the movie.
Yeah,
they just basically
not that
put Caro syrup and fake blood on the dog and let it run around.
Another movie that is not good, but it's still on my honorable mentions because it's like, that's what you think about. Is The Crocodile from Lake Placid.
Yeah.
The old lady's just feeding it. She don't give a fuck. Fuck that movie. Anaconda, because he winks at the end.
He does.
He winks. I'm going to die and be digested slowly by an anaconda, but I'm going to wink at you first, because that makes sense.
Ding!
And you got a nice, big, juicy little Latina ass.
So much she'd wink back with her butt.
She looks good still.
Yeah?
Yeah, she's one of my,
Yeah?
she's one of my go-to.
In the spank bank?
She's in the spank bank, dude. Anyways. Piranha. The birds. I'm just going to go through these all fast because most of them suck. That's why they're not on the list. But they're good animal movies, and we're probably never going to do this again, so might as well talk about them. The bears from Grizzly Man. Real animals in a documentary that eat a dude.
Yeah.
You hear it. The Atomic Dog. You ever see the movie Atomic Dog?
No.
Atomic Dog. Radiation.
That's a George Clinton song.
Atomic. It was a USA original picture.
Wow. For like Captain USA?
No, for USA Network.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Original picture. You see.
Yeah, like USA Up All Night and all that?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, they made it. The movie though. It wasn't just featured.
Oh, okay.
Like, they made the movie.
Okay.
Atomic Dog.
Wow.
Man's Best Friend. You ever seen Man's
Best Friend? Yeah, that's a great movie. Yeah. Another Robo Dog.
I don't know if I think I shared it with you. Abominable, the
I've seen it.
from that.
Yeah.
With another paralyzed guy looking out the window.
Yeah.
A lot of hard paralyzed dicks on this here episode.
Yeah, there's paralyzed boner in that.
And he was looking at girls like
showering
in the
and
window.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Paralyzed creepers.
It's a rating system for the future.
Your arms and legs don't work. I can't either because you're spying on people. That's what we learned.
That's right.
Probably gonna get dropped on my head with a pile driver next match. Paralyzed.
And you're gonna be a paralyzed peeper.
Yeah. Paralyzed peepers. King Kong. King Kong.
Yeah, it's a big fucking animal.
The rats from Willard.
Yeah.
The Night of the Lepus Rabbit. The Deep Rising Octopus. And the monkeys from Congo.
Oh yeah, Congo. I forgot about that.
Congo. Laser monkeys.
Yeah. Bill Michael Crichton.
And the sharks with fucking lasers on their head from Austin Powers.
Is that your honorable mentions?
That's enough. Yeah, there's a couple more, but I care not to read them anymore because we're going pretty
right.
long.
I crossed some off after that.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously there's Jaws.
Yeah. Jaws is our number 0.
Yeah.
First of all.
I had the deer head from Evil Dead 2. I'll cross those off. Ramon the alligator from a movie called Alligator from 1989.
That's a good one.
Gets down in the sewer and eats the rats with the steroids in them and gets all huge.
He's a big, buffed out alligator.
Yeah,
he's a Batista alligator.
I walked through miles in this pit of sewage. And my last one is an honorable mention because she's not technically an animal. She's a human, but she's a transmutation of 4 different animals, which I believe was a cat, a raccoon, a squirrel, and a possum. I could be wrong about that, though, and that's Animala from the movie The Lost Skeleton of Cadavra. Have you seen that?
No.
It's a parody of 1950s sci-fi movies, and it's like shot in black and white, and like everything's super like cheesy. And the bad guy is the Lost Skeleton of Cadavra. He's like this alien skeleton, but it's like an anatomical skeleton that they dub in a voice for, and it's super fucking cheesy and stupid and hilarious. And Animala, like the aliens drop this ray called the transmutatron that changes one thing into something else. And the evil scientist decides he needs a girlfriend, but he wants someone animalistic, so he shoots 4 animals and turns them into a human. And she does seductive dances. And that is my honorable mentions.
Well, I think we had enough animals.
Yeah. I'm all animaled out.
I'm going to strap this saddle to my back, and you're going to ride me off into the sunset.
Clipping 2 coconuts together. Clock, 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 clock.
You're going to ride me off into battle with a lance. Extremely inappropriate.
Yeah.
And I think that homeless guy would be mad about that statement.
Yeah, he probably thinks pretty gay.
What? You said he wanted to ride you. That's gay. Dumping a bunch of fucking trash all over
standing in the trash and yelling about the gays. Gay cars. Apparently, because a car is small, it is homosexual.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've known some pretty big gay
He's
dudes.
like, you're a midget. You're gay.
Small equals gay. You squirrel.
You're a baby. He's all slapping babies. He's like,
Faggot baby.
he's in the nursery of the hospital just backhanding babies.
And then you get the one gay baby that's like, so.
Sucking on a pacifier ever so seductively. That's extremely inappropriate.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's enough for today.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, as H.P. Lovecraft once said, as he was slapping around a squirrel because he thought it was gay. If it smells like fish,
Throw the fucker back.